Let us discuss today about the secured advance. I'm KM Soni, former additional DG CPWD, New Delhi. Secured advance is given on the materials in works contracts or construction cost contracts. It is basically an advance given against the materials brought at site. There are a number of materials which are required in a construction contracts, and for the construction these materials are required, but in our bill of quantities these materials are not stipulated directly for the measurements and payment. The measurements and payments are based on the items of work in which materials are to be used. But when the contractor requests for the advance against these materials which are brought at site, and when the employer gives the advance, this is called secured advance. For this secured advance, the materials have to be used in the work. Therefore, materials must be for the intended use in the work, for which finished items of works are included in the bill of quantities. It means the secured advance can be given only on the materials which are required for the execution of the items available in the bill of quantities. In EPC contracts, there may not be any provision of secured advance, but in case of percentage rate tenders and item rate tenders, this secured advance is generally given. If we talk about the nature of materials on which secured advance is given, then first requirement is that materials should be imperishable in nature. If the materials on which secured advance is proposed is perishable, then precautions are to be taken by the engineer, because these perishable materials are likely to get damaged due to breakage, etc. In such case, the precaution is to be taken, and as such insurance is required to be taken against the perishable materials. If you talk about the amount of the secured advance, that is how much advance we should give, then basic fundamental is that we cannot give the advance more than the cost of the materials, uh, which is the cost of the materials available in the market. And also we know that there is some rate which has been quoted by the contractor in bill of quantities. So that from that item we are to assess the rate quoted by the contractor for that particular material, and whatever is lower between these two we are to assess that rate, and that can be considered as full rate, and then some percentage is applied on that rate. So generally it is 75%. So then 75% of the market rate or assessed value or assessed rate available in the BOQ, whatever is smaller, whatever lower figure, that is proposed for the secured advance. Suppose if we take an example, then suppose secured advance is requested by the contractor on reinforcement bars. Suppose the purchase price or the market price is 60 rupees per kg, and the rate quoted by the contractor for complete item, that is steel reinforcement for RCC work, which include straightening, cutting, bending, placing in position, and binding, all complete, is suppose 65 rupees per kg. So if we do or assess the rate of steel only without processing, without process involved, that is straightening, cutting, bending, etc., then suppose it comes 56 rupees per kg. then our full rate will be lesser of 65 and 56, that is 56 rupees, and then 75% of the 56 per rupees per kg, that is the rate to be given for the reinforcement bars as a secured advance. And then we are to take the indenture which is to be signed by the contractor when we give the secured advance. For payment of the secured advance, we use CPWA 27A form, and for indenture we use CPWA 31 form. These are used in CPWD. If you want to download these forms, then you can download it from the website given here, cag.gov.in. In this site, all CPWA forms are available, and then they can be downloaded and used. This is the indenture for secured advances, this form 31. And then if we talk about the payment of secured advance, then secured advance is generally paid along with the RA bill, and then whatever deductions are there, like income tax deduction or security deduction, that is made from the RA bill, from the amount of RA bill, and the secured advance is also included. Then recovery of secured advance for the materials used in the work is to be made simultaneously with the items paid. So when suppose a complete item is measured and paid, then simultaneously the quantity of materials which has been used and measured and paid, measured and proposed to be paid, that much secured advance is adjusted here. So that is important. It means this secured advance is adjusted whenever the item is measured and proposed for the payment. And then another important thing is that this another secured advance can also be given even if earlier outstanding secured advance is there in part or full of the same item on the same material or on other materials which have been brought at site. This is CPWD form used for payment of secured advance. You can see that this is showing quantity outstanding from the previous bill, and the second column is deduct quantity utilized in the work measured and since previous bill. Quantity outstanding including quantity brought to site since previous bill, that is another quantity or additional quantity. Full rate as assessed by the divisional officer, then description of material unit, and then reduced rate, and then up to date amount of advance. So this is the form. Then one thing is there in brief now, secured advance is given against the materials brought at site. That is important. No BG or security is required against a secured advance. Then there is no fixed percentage for the recovery like mobilization advance. Generally in mobilization advance, from each bill certain percentage is deducted, but this advance basically is against the materials brought at site. So this is adjusted, or recovery of this advance is made simultaneously with the items paid or item measures and paid when these materials are used in the work, and payment made for the same. And we should remember that once secured advance is given, then material must be available at site, and no additional secured advance is to be given on same material again. Sometimes what happens that some mischievous person may take this material on another site or another place and claim another secured advance, so that the engineer must see that the material on which secured advance is given that is available at site, and that is frequently checked. So that is also important. So thank you very much. Again, thanks a lot.